Serves his punches where, you know, like the first few rounds, he throws very few punches.
He's just measuring. He's a computer, man.
Yep.
10th round, maybe by 4 or 5 points. So I'm very disappointed that I don't know what the judges saw. I really don't understand.
The whole way, you know, so I don't know, man. I think it's bad judging, incompetence as usual, I think, and I'm retired for a reason.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios ended in a controversial majority draw, but to many fans, fighters, and boxing experts, it felt like something much worse, a robbery. Joe Rogan didn't mince words. He said straight up, Pacquiao was robbed. Rogan praised Manny's speed, accuracy, and control, saying the 46-year-old legend still looked sharp and dangerous. He couldn't understand what...
But once he gets in there, he's hyper-competitive. He wants to win at all costs. He's going to put himself at harm's risk to make sure he gets that W, man. I've always liked Wonderboy, man.
I couldn't believe Kevin Holland decided to have a kickboxing fight with him. I couldn't believe Kevin Holland, they made a deal, no going to the ground. He's like, let's just stand up. Like, what are you saying?
I don't think Holland was going to take him down anyways.
Well, I think you would try. I mean,
probably would have been worse.
Fantastic jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah,
Holland's
but the wrestling,
yeah,
and that is like one of the things that drains people. You know, he might have got stopped early if he went for a takedown, and I think that's kind of what hurt Izzy in the Pereira fight, putting those takedowns up there. It takes a lot of gas. If you haven't been doing that for a lifetime, wrestling is one of the most draining things for the energy tank.
Without a doubt. I think with Izzy though, what he talked about, that left leg getting compromised, the calf kicks.
The judges were watching. According to Rogan, Pacquiao outboxed Barrios, landed the cleaner shots, and managed the pace of the fight, and yet, somehow, the official scorecards didn't reflect that reality. Shawn Gibbons, Pacquiao's longtime advisor, echoed the outrage. He called it incompetence. Gibbons believed Manny was clearly ahead by at least 4 or 5 points going into the final rounds. He described the mood in the locker room after the fight as pure disbelief.
By Manny Pacquiao's advisor, Shawn Gibbons, here in Las Vegas. Shawn, for many people, they felt that Manny had done enough to have his hand raised tonight, felt like he rolled back the years and was going to be WBC champion once again, wasn't to be a majority draw instead. So how would you assess the fight? What are your reflections?
Well, I would assess it that to me, I was amazed. You know, I've seen Manny in the gym, I saw him working, but until you see a guy in the fight, you don't know 100% what you're going to get. The guy was so smooth, relaxed. I had him like up going into the 10th round, maybe by 4 or 5 points. So I'm very disappointed that I don't know what the judges saw. I really don't understand.
So we've just had a press conference and you can see even though Manny doesn't, you know, say it himself in his emotions, he's disappointed. How do you guys regroup from that, and what was the mood like in the dressing room after the fight?
You know, it was just kind of disbelief a little, like, how does that happen? Why does that happen? Manny Pacquiao, at 46 years old, making history, vintage performance, gave it his all in the ring. And why, you know, he's been robbed on a few occasions. Now, he's got a few, you know, decisions that were close, that went his way. But the mood was like just disbelief. Just like, why does it happen? I don't get it.
With the fight itself, what was you most pleased with from Manny's performance?
Was it?
With the fight itself, what was you most pleased with from Manny's performance?
Well, I mean, everything. I mean, the guy, for 46 years old and training 7 weeks, he had stamina.
According to him, Pacquiao executed a perfect strategy, smart combinations, great footwork, and the kind of ring generalship you'd expect from an all-time great. Yet the judges, once again, let politics get in the way of performance. Freddie Roach, Manny's legendary trainer, was visibly frustrated after the bout. He thought his fighter had won 8 rounds to 4, and even included a possible knockdown that wasn't credited. Roach was adamant, if justice matters in boxing...
We had a great fight. Manny fought very well, and he even had a knockdown in there somewhere. I thought he won the fight 8-4, but that's the way things go, and we would like a rematch right away.
Boxing, there should be an immediate rematch. He said Manny's performance deserved more respect, and the only way to set the record straight is to run it back. Former champion Shawn Porter agreed. He said it was difficult to give Barrios any clear rounds. Pacquiao, in his view, was the one dictating the action, leading with his jab, setting up angles, and throwing combinations. Barrios, by contrast, looked unsure of himself,
So Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios ends in a draw. For me personally, I feel like Manny Pacquiao got robbed in this fight. I had predicted Manny Pacquiao to lose, but I do not think he lost this fight. Even though it wasn't perfect, I thought he pulled it out the bag. With his sheer tenacity, his veteran grit, we even saw flashes of that signature volume combination punching. Was super durable in this fight, and he even used mind games and tricks and tactics to get Mario Barrios off his game. Mario Barrios was distracted, he was hesitant, he wasn't throwing a lot of punches, he wasn't listening to his corner, and overall, even though it ended in a draw, I thought Manny Pacquiao should have won, and this fight would have made history, and it's a real shame that it didn't. But comment down below and let me know what you guys thought about this fight.
And flat-footed. Porter didn't hold back. He said this kind of judging is exactly why he left the sport. Across social media, the backlash was overwhelming. Fans and analysts alike were stunned. One user tweeted, "He landed more, controlled the pace, walked him down, and still lost." Classic boxing politics. They didn't just rob Manny. They robbed the sport. Other fighters spoke out too. Teofimo Lopez said,
Shawn, he may not have gotten him out of there in 3, but he looked like he damn near won the first 3 rounds. What did you think of Pacquiao tonight? Who do you think won the fight?
It was really hard for me to give Mario rounds. I thought that, Manny is a systematic fighter. He works, jab, 1-2s. He's always leading with the straight left. I don't feel like Mario took control, took charge at any points. I don't know if he outlanded him at any point in any rounds. It was hard. It's really hard to see from where I was at, but all in all, I just felt like it was, if you had a meter, it was really swaying Manny's way the whole way, So I don't know, man. I think it's bad judging, incompetence as usual, I think, and I'm retired for a reason. I didn't retire because I couldn't get decisions, but simply put, there's a lot that goes on in this game that I don't agree with. And this just adds to my fire.
Pacquiao won at least 9 rounds and couldn't understand how the judges scored it a draw. Gary Antoine Russell added that Pacquiao outworked and outsmarted Barrios all night. His speed, timing, and activity were on another level, especially for a fighter pushing 50. Boxing journalists joined the chorus of criticism. They argued that Barrios looked passive and hesitant the entire fight, missing a huge opportunity to make a statement against an older opponent. Many questioned how a world champion could look so ineffective against a 46-year-old and still walk away without a loss. Then there's the editing controversy. Fans pointed out that even the PBC highlights only showcased Barrios' punches, completely ignoring Pacquiao's best moments.
So, plus the commentators, I don't know what they're talking about, how they saying it, but I scored a 9-3.
Is there any way Barrios act out a draw, or just that was highway robbery?
Maybe the championship rounds, but even then, I felt like Pacquiao stole them at the end of each round. So, hey, I'm just a spectator tonight, you know what I mean? But it's good to see Manny at 46 going 12 rounds with a world champion. Gotta give him that.
Well, you always talk about the industry and some of the funny stuff. So, conspiracy theory, Tio. Why do you think then, if Pacquiao clearly won the fight in your eyes, they would make it a draw instead?
I get in trouble, Shawn. I get in trouble when I talk about these conspiracies. But nevertheless, hopefully we see him again.
Would you want? You think he should?
Look, we got a champ right here.
To many, this felt like an attempt to spin the narrative and mislead casual viewers about what really happened. And while Barrios got a draw on the scorecards, his performance didn't win over fans. He was criticized for lacking urgency, failing to capitalize when he hurt Manny to the body, and simply not throwing enough punches. One analyst said, Mario Barrios is officially food at 147. He couldn't dominate.
The entertainer fight. Father Time didn't show him Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people thought his age was going to catch up with him. It didn't play a part at all in that fight. He was fast, he was strong, he was in shape, and he didn't show any kinks in his armor. I'm proud of him. Too many more than Manny Pacquiao. I take my hat off to him.
Who would you love to see him fight next?
Honestly, I would like to see a rematch. I would like to see a rematch. Why? Because I don't think that was a legitimate decision. So, but it is what it is,
What do you think Mario could have done better to actually sway people to believe this was a draw?
He could have been more active. I feel like he was waiting too long. Mario Barrios, he's a precision fighter, but Manny Pacquiao, he's too busy for a fighter that's just want to sit there and take pictures and look pretty. Mario Barrios, I feel like he got to be punctual when he's boxing. You can be a boxer, but be an effective boxer. You know, I feel like he was just waiting there in the pocket a little too long, and that just kind of like cost him a couple of rounds. That's why I say I don't think it should have been a majority draw. A split decision, Manny Pacquiao, I think.
What was your scorecard?
Split decision, Manny Pacquiao.
How many rounds did Manny win?
I give him 7, 8 tops.
You felt like Mario?
8 tops. But I feel like Manny Pacquiao all around outworked Mario.
A 46-year-old legend. He should have done more. Period. In contrast, Pacquiao looked sharp. Sure, he didn't have the blazing speed of his prime, but he showed enough grit, movement, and experience to edge out the fight. Even his critics had to admit, he turned back the clock and gave a vintage performance. One analyst said, Pacquiao's footwork, even at 46, is better than 90% of the welterweight division. Some fans even joked that Inoue could move up and beat Barrios after this performance. Others went further, saying Pacquiao should fight Mayweather in a rematch, and this time, he might win. At the end of the day, one thing is clear. Manny Pacquiao fought with the heart of a champion and deserved better than a draw. Whether it was incompetence, politics, or something worse, the result left a bitter taste. This wasn't just a setback for Pacquiao, it was another moment where boxing failed its fans. So what happens next? Will we get the rematch the world wants? Or will this go down as just another example of why boxing's credibility is constantly questioned? Comment below and let us know what you think. Did Pacquiao win the fight? Was it a robbery? Or did the judges somehow get it right? Stay tuned. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel.